What is suffering?
Suffering means things are not happening according to you.
Hmm.
That's what suffering is. I want it like that. But if you look at the fact, this has happened, this person has left me, now I am in pain. What normally people will do, so let me avoid this suffering. I find another relation or entertainment. But if you stay with the suffering, because in suffering you become focused, that's where you will see yourself naked as you are. When you were in happiness, you could brag, I can do this, nothing happens to me. But when it happens, you know what hurts in the suffering most is to realize that you're hurt.
Okay.
Your ego is crashed.
Okay.
And then that's when you look at it, it brings you humility. Your eyes start to see things as they are. And when you see things as they are, your old stories cannot go on. And in each suffering, you die a death. People think they're missing their dead friend or a relative or a wife. No, you are missing that part of ego which was defined by your wife or your father. When that father or the girlfriend dies, that aspect dies. You're not crying for the person gone. You're crying for that ego part of you, which won't be defined by anybody else ever again. So people who die, they don't experience death. People who are living, they experience death.
Of their own identity.
Yes. Otherwise, there is no death. Real death is death of your identity.
Is suffering truly important for us to evolve in life?
You are saying that is negative really important for bulb to come up?
Okay.
In Shandilya Bhakti Sutra, he explains that life is a movement between dualities. You cancel the duality, there will be no movement. So what yogi is doing, he's going beyond this duality. That's why he's not born again.
Okay.
Or his body also dies early. But there is a Krishna kind of people who enjoy the duality, but not holding on to any one aspect.
Okay.
That is a secret to live in this life. Do not choose between dualities. When happiness comes, remember there is suffering also coming. Relax, enjoy. And when suffering comes, don't freak out. Don't commit suicide. You also know it is going. So then you will see it's a play going on. Nobody is your and nobody is stranger. Everything is just a play going on.
But the mind clings on to only wanting the good experiences in life.
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
Because when you do not feel joy of your being, you are living in a stagnant, boring state, and you need constantly kicks and entertainments, hopes in the mind. What we call happiness is more of a mental idea. It is not something felt really.
Okay.
You think you suddenly get 1 crore rupees or something, $1 million rupees. Your body is not ecstatic. Your mind is just, oh great, you're suddenly have a freedom to live your desires. But still, it's not an energy experience. But we long for a live energy experience, which I call juice of life, which is called Kali, the electric current of the cosmos. Each addiction, each indulgence gives you a brief glimpse of that electric experience of you.
Okay.
What is sex? What is drug? It puts you into that vibration. You first time become aware, I am not this thought structure, but a vibration. When you are in vibration, you are limitless. Electricity is everywhere in the cosmos. But a thought or a picture appearing because of that electricity is limited only to its frame.
Okay.
But electricity running through us is cosmic. So we long to become who we are.
Okay. So the reason why we long to become who we are is because inherently we know who we are.
Yeah, not as a knowledge.
Okay. But as a knowing.
As in knowing,
okay,
it's like they say the matter is condensed light. Means matter means darkness. So in darkness, there is a constant drive to become light again. That's what our spiritual journey is. It's not even personal also. When you say, oh, I'm a spiritual seeker, no, it's not you.
Okay.
It's your bound energy into density. Too much bondage, too many thoughts, you're dense. And we say, I want to be free. What does that really mean? You want to become sky again. Ether becomes the earth. And it longs to become ether again. This constant movement between the ether to the earth is what play of life is, Leela is.
Okay.
Because even so, there is another way also. Even when you're bound, if you have no problem with it, you can still experience sky of you as earth. That is the royal way of spirituality. That is devotion. Don't say that, free me. He say, you are playing a matter, you are here, so I will see you, the form you have taken. So Krishna says, such devotees I love.
Okay.
Because they are not putting their condition, free me. No. If that one is playing matter and bondage and story, a drama, a world war, you say, great. Don't judge it.
Okay.
There you will also have a darshan. There you will have a revelation.
So this idea of free me also comes from the ego.
Idea of?
Free me. Just I want to be liberated.
Yeah.
That also comes from the identity?
No, it's essentially there is an energetic longing, energy in you want to expand.
Okay.
There are two dimensions of energy. Either it's expanding or it is contracting. There is no pause in energy ever. So we try to bring it to a pause with ideas, with desires. And we manage. And that's what is called stagnation. And that's what is called cancer in the body.
Okay.
If you somehow luckily start to expand that energy, that's where your sickness disappears on all levels. Because essentially, any energy trapped will become your suffering, disease, sickness. And today's culture, from the age 3rd or 4th, they tell children to repress their energy, adjust to school, don't do this, don't do that. So he trains. Interrupted child is what we call adult.
Wow.
And Jesus says that you have to be like innocent like a child to be in the kingdom of God. What does this mean? Why they call Shankar the Bhole, innocent one? It means no conditioning. You're just vibrating with life as it is now.
So when we started, you said something. We don't suffer from life. We suffer from our own ideas of life. What does that mean?
Because that's what is Kali Yuga is. Kali Yuga means, the real definition of Kali Yuga is that when a thought becomes more important, as soon as first thought arises, Kali Yuga begins. Means now I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at the thought of you. It's Kali Yuga. But when I see you, that is Satya Yuga. Because I see a thought of you as I see you. This is what I like, this is what I don't like. So this duality, this division, when you divide anything outside, you also get divided. Your one energy vibration becomes fragmented into various thoughts. And that state is the state of suffering.